Hello, beautiful group three, and welcome to your reading for what parental connection you need to heal in order to manifest your true bliss in life, whether that's romantic love, whether that's financial abundance, whether that is career abundance, or whatever form of abundance, whatever area you need that abundance in. This reading's for you. So, starting off with your tiny Buddha's message, it says, rejection can reveal how we're rejecting ourselves. And it's by Erin Lanahan. The quote she used was by Rumi. It says, your task is not to seek love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So in the other video, the first video, there was a quote that there was a card based off of that quote. So you may have some connections in the first reading as well, the first spread. So if you feel drawn to that pile or that video, please go back and revisit it. And I was just using, like I said in the other two videos, I was just randomly using Secretarial of the Oracle deck cards to hold the place for every respective pile's messages. And you guys got heart chakra. So in your heart space, and your heart can affect multitudes. No, Osiris. No. I'm sorry. I have a little mixed puppy that is very rambunctious. So I may get onto him a few times throughout the video. I do apologize in advance. So with this heart chakra, with this heart space here, you guys have some, hey, go over there. Go over there with it. So with this heart chakra space, with this heart chakra space here, you have some issues with rejection that you're holding there within that chakra, and it's affecting different areas of your life. Some of you may have experienced rejection with this parental connection we're going into at this point in time in this reading. And it says, the excerpt says, up to a certain point in my life, I was always seeking approval and validation from everything outside of me. All I ever wanted was to feel loved. I longed for this feeling and wondered how the world could be so cruel as to reject me when I was so loving and available. I have since learned that I was not as available as I thought I was. It has been my experience that everyone who crosses our path is a mirror. They have come because we have called them into our lives to show us something, to teach us how to be more of who we truly are. Our higher selves crave the experiences and relationships because ultimately, this journey we call life is all about finding everything we want within us rather than without. It's about waking up. I'm going to read that last part again. Our higher selves crave these experiences and relationships because ultimately, this journey we call life is all about finding everything we want within us rather than without. It's about waking up. So for some of you, you've been in this sort of spiritual sleep paralysis, and it's affected your heart chakra, and it's clogged your heart chakra with all these different emotions, all these different experiences you've had with this particular parental connection. And I'm going to go into what that connection is for you now to help you get a better understanding. So those are the pick pile 3. You have the warrior. So clarifying the warrior energy, you have eagle. And it says see from a higher perspective. And the warrior card says be fearless and stand strong. So I'm going to say this is a masculine energy, a father energy. Your details, your tarot card, you have the Rider-Waite Tarot, you have the Star, you have the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups. So this person could have been a fire sign, an air sign, or a water sign. So far, that's what's showing. Or an earth sign. You have 7 of Pentacles. You have the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands. I don't know why I'm saying that part like that, but okay. Then you have the Knight of Cups. So a lot of persona arcana card, minor arcana court cards in here. You have a lot of those right about now. So what this is showing me and what this is telling me is that with all of this masculine energy here and very little feminine energy, this is definitely a father connection that this group needs to heal. Whether it's a stepfather, whether it is a biological father connection. I'm gonna take a swig of coffee here, sorry. Whether it's a, biological father connection. And with this warrior energy here, I feel like some of you were raised by a father figure who was very hard on you. Nothing you did was ever right. Nothing you did, you better wear a belt, in your pants. I don't want to ever see you sagging. I don't want to ever see you crying. All of that. Like, I feel like some of you guys had that type of father in your life. And it's always been this, I expect you to do better. I expect you to be better. Like, it's always this intense, frustrated, angry energy that I'm kind of getting from this warrior here. Because with Be Fearless and Stand Strong, it's like you were kind of forced to be tough. Like, you were not allowed to have loving thoughts, emotions, or feelings. You were supposed to be like this all the time, 24/7. Like 7 days a week. If you showed any sign of weakness, they would beat you till the sun came up. And it's like, for some of them, whether they beat you physically, whether they beat you verbally, they still gave you a pretty bad beating, all the same. And it's like they didn't tolerate anything that wasn't to their standard. If you didn't come home with all A's, you were in trouble. If you came home with all A's and 1B, you were in trouble. If you came home with anything negative from school, negative from sports, or anything like that, you were censured pretty hard for it. And with this eagle here, it's like, see from a higher perspective. I feel like Spirit's asking you to see from a higher perspective. But for the majority of you, I'm getting the sense of this is like that secondary energy, clarifying this warrior energy here, where they felt like they knew what was best for you all the time, that you knew nothing of what you wanted, that you were not okay to make your own decisions, that ultimately they were the eagle and you were the prey. And if you were the prey, you were going to do what a prey does, which is cower to my eagle. Cower to what I want you to be. I want you to conform to me. You have to act and be how I am. If it was anything less than that, it's like they had a very hot temper. Very hot temper. Can be very ill-mannered with you in private, but be another way to you in public. Not really showing who they really were. So it's kind of, to a certain extent, I'm getting with this energy, looking at these two cards here, is the energy of being bullied by this father energy. So going into details, the actual things you experience, some of the memories that you're holding on to that are blocking you from healing this connection and looking through a lens of love. When it comes to this father energy, you have the star here. Even though the star talks about healing, I'm getting two different messages. One is one of healing, the need for it to be healed, but also Sorry, he was trying to get into my stuff again. Also the need for everything to be balanced at all times. Nothing could be off point, nothing could be off key, because this father energy father energy was so unforgiving if you made a mistake. So it's like she's trying to balance, like which side do I pour more water into? Do I pour more into pour more of like what he wants me to be into this pond, or do I start watering the dry earth that is my own things that I really want to do, that I really want to create? And I feel like Spirit was the star up here. Like Spirit's like, if you just turn around and look at me, you'll know which side to pour, your resources into. And it's like you just kind of just kept looking down to the pond, because if you looked away from the pond, you might get snapped by the alligator that was his father energy, right? So if you took your eyes off of trying to feel so much of one space and began to pour back into yourself, instead of focusing on making this father energy happy all the time, you would be in a better space to be able to pursue without fear or without frustration what you desire. I also feel like there were moments where you really wanted to be impulsive, but because this father energy was also always watching you like a hawk, always expecting you to be working on something within yourself, always expecting you to do something within yourself, you know, and it's like they were just always waiting for you to fail. It's almost as if there was like a game of comparison when it came to you as a child and as an adolescent. Like, this is you over here, by yourself, singled out. And this is like either the rest of your siblings or the rest of your peers. And it's like he was always looking at them like, I don't want you to be like them. Don't hang out with that girl. Don't hang out with that guy. You're not allowed to go. You're not allowed to go to any parties. You were always isolated by yourself. You were never allowed to really just be outside, away, and be with the rest of the group. You were always pulled away from the group because of this father energy. So for some of you, there's healing in regards to your heart chakra that needs to be done, because some of you are socially awkward as a result of this helicopter father, this father that did not want you to be who you truly are, did not want you to have an individual mindset, anything. It was always this herd mindset with him that he wanted you to have. Like, he did not want you to be part of the herd, but he wanted you to have a herd mindset whenever it came to what he wanted and what he desired for your life to look like. Also with Warrior 2, I get the feeling that he could have been in law enforcement, he could have been a military official. I also get that he could just be a very harsh individual. Very quick to use the spear, very quick to cut you if you didn't please him or make him happy in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I also feel that he compares you sometimes with your fellow peers. Like, oh, you see how Jimmy's going to college? Why haven't you applied to college yet? Why haven't you gone yet? And you have all these great comebacks in your mind, like, well, because you never saved for my college fund, or, well, because you never allowed me to make the decision or allowed me to figure out what I wanted to do in life. You always told me this was what I was going to do. You always told me I was going to do blue collar work instead of going to college. So that's what I'm doing. So it's like you had all these great comebacks in your head whenever this father energy would compare you and be like, well, I'm waiting, or well, why aren't you being like XYZ, this person, that person? And it's like you could never stand up to this person because they were always in this energy of, you say something, I'm going to pull my belt off and I'm going to reprimand you so hard. So with this Seven of Pentacles here, I just feel like oh wow, I just noticed that there was a hare running into the little grassy plain area. So it's like every time you wanted to say something, you just tuck-tailed and you ran away. And for some of you, that getaway was nature. That getaway was nature, and it's like that father energy never follows you out into the nature really, because deep down inside, they knew what they said wasn't right or wasn't okay, but because they had so much pride, they refused to apologize for it. And they refused to make amends with that. And they just, well, son, I'm just trying to teach you. Like, the closest they would ever come to an apology was like, well, son, or, baby, honey, whatever their pet name for you was, they would start off with that and be like, I just want you to do the best you can and be focused. And, this is a dog eat dog world. It's hard out here. And they just gave you so many different self-limiting beliefs when it came to the way of the world and how it works and how they expected you to function and exist within it. So with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like now you're this perfectionist. This is where some of your perfectionism comes from. This is where some of that heart chakra blockage comes from, because perfectionism can do that to you too. When you are not living from an authentic space in your heart space or in any aspect of your being, you become this perfectionist that everybody begins to adore, begins to love. And because they've fallen in love with a false mask aspect of you, you're now putting yourself under the same pressure that this father energy put you under. So that's a pattern that you've continued from this father energy, is the idea that I have to be perfect in order for somebody to commend me, in order for somebody to love me, in order for somebody to care about me. I can't be authentically who I want to be, because this is how I've been groomed to look, and this is how I've been groomed to see myself, and how I've groomed others to view me. So um but there's an inner battle. There's an inner battle though here with this Five of Wands. There's a deep inner battle. Group 2 actually got Five of Wands as well, and you want to be this mistake making, happy go lucky, super emotional person. And this is how some of you wish that this warrior, masculine energy, this father energy would have been with you. You wish they would have been more matured in their emotions and their actions. But because they weren't, it's like now you're trying to be the antithesis of that. You're trying to be the antithesis. Some of you are actually trying to be the antithesis of that. Um, and it's like some of you want to be this happy, carefree person, this super loving, fun loving, emotionally loving person, but it's like you feel trapped. You feel trapped by this masculine energy. Whether your father is alive or deceased, or this father energy is alive or deceased in your life, this is how you feel. You feel trapped because you've been groomed to be this for so long, to the point to where you feel like, okay, what else is there? This is how I've been for the last 30 years of my life. This is how I've been for the last 50 years of my life. There's no point in changing it now. I don't have that life. I have all my material needs that I need. But that's not what you really care about at your core, at your spirit's core. You want to be this emotionally free, loving, and carefree individual, impulsive individual. You want to be able to have spontaneity in your life, but you feel like you can't because you've been raised in such a militant and in such a correction-driven home that all you know is perfectionism. And you have not completely experienced that. And anytime someone offers you a Four of Wands, a energy of stability, emotional stability and happiness, and a full balance and full range of connection, and a full range of different experiences, it's like part of you is like, I can't do this because it doesn't fit what my dad told me that it's supposed to be. And it's like you guys you've written people off that were everything that you wanted to be. Some of you have pushed away soulmates. Some of you have pushed away friendships that you deemed as toxic because they were being their authentic selves. Whereas you're being this fake. To me, being fake is more toxic than someone being authentic with you and being honest with you and being in their flaws and enjoying the journeys and the blunders of life. Whereas you're trying to be over here Mr. or Miss Perfect and have it all together. That is unhealthy. That is not a spirit-led life. That is not a heart chakra-centered life. That is a life of self-rejection and self-loathing and self-hatred. And that is something you have to clear. That is something that Spirit is wanting you to heal and work on and begin to come into a better balance with. Stop giving all of your time and your precious resources, the precious gift of time, to continue to try and to perfect something that doesn't need any more of your time or your resource or your energy, your resources. It's this over here that needs to be watered. This barren piece of land that is surrounded by grass and surrounded by water, but it's not receiving it the way it needs to because you're so busy focusing on the pond. I feel like the swords in this as well, the energy that I'm getting, the swords are the people that want to cut these bondages off of you, but you're not letting them do it. You're not letting them do it. You're allowing the former kingdom, the former king, to still rule what you do and what you say and how you do it and when you do it, whether they're in your life or not. And they're trying to free you over here, and you're not taking the freedom. You're sitting over here, staying in your own self bondage, and these swords, these friends, are just kind of standing there like, we're trying to help you, but you're not accepting our help. We don't know what to do, so we're just going to stand here and watch you crash and burn and inflict yourself and destroy your own kingdom. And then we'll be here to help you, take those bonds off after that. So, with this Eight of Swords is usually, about being trapped in fear. And, your loved ones are watching you still be affected by this father energy. And they can't break you out of it because you have to break you out of it. It doesn't matter how many beautiful romantic relationships you have, how many business offers you have. Nothing will ever fill this void of perfection that you keep seeking and keep looking after. It's never going to be enough until you begin to heal. You will never feel like you are enough until you begin to heal and begin to take a look back at some of the toxic things this father energy taught you and unlearning that. So we're going to go into your Angels of Abundance cards here with the energy that needs to be healed. I'm sorry, you may start hearing growling because he's fighting his panda. Have unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So, it is in your silent moments, in your quiet moments, when you're not trying to keep yourself busy, trying to keep yourself focused. And I just noticed something else too that Spirit, is showing me. Now I'm seeing two different things here. Oh wow, three different things. Okay, so we're gonna backtrack from the abundance cards for a second here. So you see how in this card you have this castle here, right? Then you have the same castle in the background right here. So this is how you're seeing how you were raised. This is how you're seeing your childhood household, your childhood home. And this is what it's really done in your life. This is what the energy that it's really put you in this time in your life, this period of your life right now in your present moment. This is where you really are. Whereas you keep trying to give yourself the illusion of this is where you really are. Also, remember that pond, feeding into that pond so much, feeding into the other pond and all that other energy. You have a whole pond or river right here that you're standing by. So all of your time you spent in the pond isn't exactly wasted. It's just you have to repurpose that time that you have to repurpose your focus onto larger bodies of water, onto better bodies of water, because you have Knight of Cups here. So this is like you beginning to open up emotionally and not being so cold and not being so unreceptive to other energies, other people that are carefreeing and loving and everything. Because back here, the King of Cups has the whole ocean behind him. He has the whole ocean behind him. So, just becoming more at peace. And then you also have another castle here. And the Four of Wands right there. Where my finger is right here. This is that person trying to help you create the castle that you keep envisioning that you think you're already in and you're not even there yet. And they're trying to bring it to you and you're like, my life is already perfect the way that it is. So with unlimited ideas here, you have all this access to unlimited ideas. Stop, Osiris. To unlimited ideas. I don't know why he's trying to play with you right now. Stop. So with unlimited ideas here, sorry, you have the complete access to what Spirit has for you. You have all these amazing ideas that you want to bring to life, but because you're worried about what Father energy here is going to say, what Eagle Eye here is going to say, that you can't even fathom, how you're going to make your own dreams come forward. But you have all these beautiful ideas just swirling around in your head, all these true things that you want to do with your life that you feel like you can't do because of Eagle Eye. And that's what I'm going to call him, Eagle Eye. You have face your financial fears. So some of you, I feel like you like to project this idea of perfectionism, this chasing, trying to be perfect, Mr. or Miss Perfect, to the point to where you spend money on things that make you look more perfect, that make you look more grand, whether it be clothes, whether it be decor in your home, whether it be having expensive furniture, whether it be having the newest ride, whatever this like inner competitive thing that you guys do with yourselves, to where you feel like your opulence, your financial security, your identity is in your financial security, and that's not a good place to be. With face your financial fears, it says when you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, hence Eagle Eye here. Are you failing? Are you failing right now? You dare to fail in front of me? When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that, in fact, you have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. So this is going back to the unlimited ideas card. You have all these amazing ideas, but you doubt yourself because you were given a script that you have to follow, that you're supposed to follow. If you're not following the script, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to start comparing you to the rest of your peers. I'm going to start, eagle eyeing you again. I'm going to start watching you like a hawk again. And it's irrational. This is so irrational to the point to where, it's now going out of, this person's energy blocking you. Now your own energy is blocking you from seeing that your own self-doubts are stopping you from the unlimited ideas you have from being made manifest into this physical plane. Then you have let go of guilt. What do you have to feel sorry for? What do you have to apologize for? For being yourself? For being you? Stop feeling guilty about the fact that you are not perfect. No one in this world is. I don't care how many Instagram stories they post. I don't care how many Snapchat posts they make. I don't care how many Facebook stories or news feeds or whatever that they do, whatever form of social media that you own. I don't care how perfect a person's life looks. There is a battle going on in everybody's lives. No matter how minuscule it is, no matter how large it is. Not everybody likes to talk about their issues or their problems that they're experiencing. It says, when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. Stop. And trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. I don't think I have to say any more about this card. I really don't think I have to say anything else about this card. Move. 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 Move, Osiris. Sit down. Sit down, Boomer. I'm sorry. He's... Hi, I see you. I love you. I see you. I love you. So, with let go of guilt here, stop holding yourself accountable. Stop measuring yourself with this impossible stick that is not for you to measure yourself with. And really just, it's your toy. It's your toy. It's your toy. Stop measuring yourself with this stick that's not critical. Yes, look at his toy. So the next card in regards to your romance here with the romance angels. Oh, okay. You guys have 5. Jeez. You guys have 5 cards. Okay. All right here. So the first thing you have is free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life and stop letting Eagle Eye here. Stop letting Eagle Eye here control what it is that you're really wanting romantically. For some of you, they judge you even down to your romantic partners that you've had. You've had nothing but failures. You've had nothing but failures, deadbeat dads as relationships. Like some of you are not even, it's like you know that you have some of you have an amazing partner already. But because you guys are trying to be this for Eagle Eye, trying to be perfect, trying to be seen as good enough, you're destroying your own stability in your love life. You're destroying your own happiness, your own joy, and your own peace in your love life. Because you're trying to make sure Eagle Eye feels impressed by who your mate is and who you are with your mate. And it's time to free yourself from that. It's time to free yourself from what everybody else expects you, who everybody else expects you to fall in love with, who Eagle Eye expects you to fall in love with. It's not their business. It's not their life. If you want to date somebody that's less than well-to-do than you, then by all means, if they put a smile on your face, if they offer you emotional support and mental support when you need it without criticizing and judging you, that is what you need. This is what you desire. This is what you need. You need a King of Cups energy in your life. You don't need someone who's going to be rigid, who is going to be so predatory and so scratch it with my talons whenever you make a mistake. So free yourself. Free yourself. It's like you're wearing this collar, and it's like you're wearing this, you're still wearing their Eagle Eye's ideas on you. You're still wearing this father energy's ideas around your neck. Like a collar. And you're a damn unicorn. You could very easily jump your ass across this small ass fence. You could easily jump across the fence, and yet you're sitting there like, oh, well, I don't know if I can. The eagle might see me and might scratch me on top of my head because I'm trying to jump and I'm trying to escape from the ideas that they set for me. And some of you have a very playful partner. Some of you have a very playful partner, the antithesis of what Eagle Eye is. And Eagle Eye doesn't like it and often criticizes your partner for not being, hey, Go over there with it. So, playfulness. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Piano? There with it. So, with playfulness here, you're being asked to recapture your romance, and you're like, some of you are already married. I'm feeling like with this Four of Wands here and the star and the wedding card here, some of you are already married, and it's like your marriage gets affected by your father's opinions or this father energy's opinions. um and really and truly, their opinions don't belong in your relationship. They don't belong in your relationship. um with you deserve love, it says at the bottom, plain and simple, you are lovable. Hey, come by. I don't care. No. You know you don't come by my seashell. Go get it. Go get it. I'm sorry. Um, you are lovable. You know, remembering that you are lovable, that you are worthy of what you desire. You know, this is for the part of the half of you that are single, you know, that haven't found your person yet. You guys are deserving of the love that you desire. Oh, that was a high throw. You guys are deserving of the love that you desire. And really just look out for it. Like don't feel like just because eagle eye, you know, or father energy didn't show you the love in which you desired. Know that there is somebody out there for you, and they're coming for you. Like, I'm saying that they're coming for you because you have Knight of Cups here. You have Knight of Wands here, which is movement. And you have King of Cups here too. And, you know, the whole reason why you probably have not even met your person is because you're not embodying some of those aspects that you're looking for in your soulmate yourself. So until you become unhinged and you become um, unattached to the perfection and stop doing all this internal fighting between what Eagle Eye wants for you and what you want for you, you cannot manifest this beautiful King of Cups person, this Cups energy, or this stable marriage that you're looking for, that you're fighting for. You wouldn't have to fight for it so hard if you just stopped allowing your father's energy, the energy of your father, the thoughts of your father, the opinions of your father, the opinions from your childhood to um, affect you, to affect your present, to affect your love that you already have with your person, okay? So you have past life relationships. Some of you have already are with soulmates already. Some of you are with your twin flame. Some of you are wanting that deep, intense connection that a past life relationship gives you. It says you have known each other before. So this could also refer to something between you and this father energy, because with past lives, there are no boundaries. There are none at all. Um, you know, for some people, their fathers were their lovers in a past life. And in this lifetime, they are father and child relationship. So with this, I feel like for some of you in a previous lifetime, you guys have um, been married to each other before. I know that sounds gross to say, but when we're talking about past lives, all of that is all the lines are blurred. There is no such thing as like whatever you were in a past life. It doesn't have to be the same way in this lifetime, but there are some of those energies can carry over into the present. Just saying. So with past life relationship and saying you have known each other before, it could be that also, okay, Spirit, that's interesting. So Spirit also just gave me a energy of you could have been with somebody um, in a past life who is your father, and in this lifetime, they are your lover. So there could be that same father energy dynamic, that harsh energy dynamic. So if you're with a partner that is not nice to you, that is not making you feel lovable, that is why. Because there's a father energy that needs to be healed with you guys. And when you heal that and when you work on that, whether it be with energy work, whether it be with spiritual work of any sort, Akashic work is a good form of spiritual work whenever you're dealing with a connection like that, with a pervasive energy like that coming from the past life and bleeding into your present life. So that's another avenue that I'm getting with past life relationship. Is there anything else with the spirit that I need to be? Okay, so they're saying that's it in regards to the area of romance and how this connection is affecting your love life. So we're gonna move on to your career. How this father energy is connected to your career right now. You have from your life purpose oracle cards. You have options, and you have energy. So, like I said earlier, a few seconds ago, energy healing would be very great. Great avenue to heal whatever this father energy is, especially if it's from a past life where you and your spouse played father and child in a previous lifetime and you guys are married in this lifetime. Energy healing says your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. So with this, you guys are also spiritually gifted. But because you guys are so rooted in your material and physical, trying to please ego eye, trying to please this toxic father energy, right? To the point to where you're willing to block out what one of your natural purposes is, which is facilitating energy healing. Being an energy healer or seeing energy healers, for your healing. You guys would rather believe this blown up balloon idea of perfectionism being the be all end all in your life versus doing what you truly want to do, which would be, Reiki. Energy healing comes in many forms. Reiki healing, polarity therapy, the best technique, which is bioenergetic synchronizations technique, and just a multitude of others out there, and some of you, I hear like you guys want to open this traditional Chinese medicine holistic center. And it's like you guys kind of feel like you can't do it because this father energy that feels pervasive is stopping you from doing anything that's like of a spiritual nature, or you feel like he would look at it as like not practical or not wise to do. And they're saying shed that self-judgment, shed that perceived judgment, and move forward with your purpose. Move forward with what you want. This isn't an alcoholic beverage. This is ginger beer. And it says at the bottom, non-alcoholic, so I don't want you guys to feel like I'm drinking on a live video, because I'm not. And a side note, ginger beer is very good. Ginger itself is very good for fighting viruses. It's a very good antifungal, antivirulent, very good antioxidant for the blood to refresh itself. So anything for to help you with the coronavirus thing that's going on. So next you have options here. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So for some of you, I'm getting the sense that this change you want to do career-wise, some of you are to the brink of throwing away, whatever this perfect life you feel like you've created is, all to be able to do this, to free yourself and roam and run free and, feel passionate within your life again and not feel like this anymore. Some of you are on the verge of freeing yourself because this bird is in the background. And you have the scales of justice here. You have the Libra scales here. So some of you could be Libra, or your parental figure could be Libra, or could have been part of the justice system. And it's like, also with the way this angel's robe is, it's so transparent and so clear, whereas this outfit is so solid and so protective. And it's like the angel here is like, this is me, look at me and all my beauty and all of my openness and awareness. And it's like, you're on the verge of making a different decision. You're on the verge of making a change that could either make the scales even, or you feel like it can make the scales uneven with you and your this toxic father energy. And they're saying that you need to begin to see yourself bountiful with plenty of options, regardless of what this father energy is telling you is more practical and more reasonable to do. And just really believe that the options are endless for you, that you are open and free to make whatever decision you feel like making. Whether that's to pursue a full-blown business in energy work, whether that's to pursue a full-blown business in being an author or being an actor or being whatever you feel like is truly for you, So don't feel like you have to sit there and wait for Eagle Eye here, wait for Warrior here to give you the, oh yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Don't wait for that. Don't wait for that. Move forward with your life purpose. Whatever you feel like that is for you, do it. Go for it. You don't have to wait for somebody's approval to get it done. So your spirit messages that you have, the first card you have is, I am not a victim of the world I see. And on the back it says, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. So for some of you with this, I feel like this perfectionist thing, also I feel like your father figure may not have been like the energy that I've been picking up for the majority of the group. Your father could have been completely and wholesomely goofy and loving and supportive of your dreams. And it's like along the way, you were bullied by other masculine energies that tried to play the father role with you, or tried to be in a controlling role, or be in a disciplinary role as your father should have been or would have been or whatever. So they're saying, for a small percentage of you with this, you are not a victim of the world you see. Because whereas your father was a great protector, it could have been that once you got from underneath your father's wings, you started experiencing all this craziness. So with this connection as well, I feel like some of you, a small percentage of you, this is a very small percentage of you, some of you could have been that wild young buck, that wild young buck in life, and very carefree and not emotionally balanced, and could have been very destructive, because you feared what, you feared stability. You feared that stability, you feared that peace of mind, and you feared that energy. And like I said, sometimes negative energies can pull over into from our past life into our present lifetime. So the next card says, the light has come. And on the back, it says, today the time of light begins for you and everyone. It is a new era in which a new world is born. The old one has left, no trace upon its passing. The old one has left, no trace upon it in its passing. Today, we see a different world because the light has come. So despite everything that you're seeing in the world right now, despite everything that you're perceiving in the world as darkness, because of this father energy telling you that everybody in the world is out to get you, everybody out in the world is out to harm you, so you better hurt them first, or whatever rhetoric you've given yourself. Some of you could have seen yourself as the victim, even though you were the one that was the offender. within your father energy. You could have hurt your father's feelings quite a bit and made them become the person they became the person they did, or you could have been the type that was so subservient to the point to where whenever somebody chided you about being too soft or being too this or that, you took it super personally. It was like, oh my gosh, and it was like something that was really hurtful for you. So they're saying, don't see yourself as a victim. See yourself as a warrior. See yourself as the very warrior energy that you feel like your father had, but yet you lack. You have that energy within you because your father's energy, because his blood runs through your veins, or because they raised you in the way that you did. If you're able to deal with someone who is a tyrant like that in your childhood and in your adolescenthood and still come out on top, feel like you come out on top, you won. You won. When you become your authentic and true self, Spirit is saying the light. That means the light has finally come for you. You finally understand who you are at your core, and you don't feel the need to try to make anyone happy. That doesn't feel like doesn't that doesn't that you don't feel deserves to hold space in your head anymore. Raise the rent and kick that toxic person out. It doesn't matter how much you love this father energy or how much you love or care about this ego eye energy. It's okay to show gratitude, but do not excuse their actions. Do not see yourself merely as a victim either. Challenge them on their bullshit. Challenge them on the stuff that they said to you, the stuff that they did towards you that wasn't healthy, that wasn't right. Because you are entitled to doing that for yourself. Sorry, I got so intense there. The things you could do to heal with the angel therapy cards here. You have clear yourself. It says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. So that perfectionist energy, the attitude that I have to get everything right or else my dad is going to kick my ass, or my stepdad or male guardian is going to, masculine guardian is going to be pissed at me and make me feel bad about it. So clear yourself. Like I said, get Reiki healing, get some form of energy work or energy healing done for you. You also have cut your cords, which just further goes into clearing yourself. That's a form of clearing yourself, guys. They got very specific of how you can clear yourself the quickest. You have cut your cords, and this is Archangel Michael on the front of the card. It says, ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from the past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Eight of Swords, like I said earlier, is about fear. You have this card telling you to cut the cords with fear. And you have all these swords around you just standing at your disposal for you to use. Your arms, your hands aren't even bound. It's just your arms. If you did a little bit of this right here, wiggle room, giving your space, wiggle room as in giving your space, giving yourself space to learn and grow from an authentic place, then you wouldn't have to worry about any of this. You could have easily grabbed one of those swords and went and cut yourself loose from your fear. And you still can. It's not too late. It's never too late. So that's it for the angel therapy cards. I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory. The next card we have here, your advice cards from the Good Vibes Oracle. It says, in the void, creation happens. So remember when I said something about having an emotional void, working through any emotional voids that heart chakra space? Yeah, you guys have the heart chakra. So any of that energy, not Put yourself in the void. What do you feel like you're missing? Out of all this perfect, amazing material stuff you got going on, what is it in your spiritual sense that you feel like you are missing? What is it that you are desiring that you feel creates a void in your heart chakra space? That is what you need to be thinking about. That is what you need to go into the void to figure out. That is what you need to be creating if you feel like it is a void in your heart chakra space. Because once you let go, your life takes flight. Guys, I cannot make this up. The desire to be authentically yourself and the desire to be freed of being controlled by this father energy, this toxic father energy. And all you have to do is take a step. That's all Spirit is asking you to do, is to take a step. Not reverting, not going backwards, moving forwards. And your final one, you have take a leap of faith and do the unexpected. This father energy thinks that they have you down to a T figured out already because they groomed you that way. They feel like you're never going to go outside of their grasp. They feel like you're never going to go outside of where they want you to be at. And they're asking you to step outside of that. They're asking you to step outside of that. They're asking you to look beyond that. And really just see yourself from a place of being whole. Let go. Let go and be free. Let go and be at peace with yourself. Go after what you want without any fear of the future, without anything that, without anyone as a block stopping you, anything as a block stopping you. Cut it out of your life. Clear yourself. Cut the cords from it. Even if it's a person that you love deeply. Sometimes we have to move on from toxic familial relationships to have the best life for ourselves. Or modify the time you spend around that person. You are strong, you are bold, you are brave to defeat this energy that has caused you to be in a place of perfectionism. Know who you are, remember who you are in its fullness. The beautiful warrior within you. I hope this finds you well, Group 3. I do wish you best on your journey. Bye-bye.